Can I tell you one question that changes the way my clients understand themselves? And it is this: your subconscious mind doesn't know what year it is. Think about that for a second. It doesn't know that you're almost 52. It doesn't know that you've built a successful business. It doesn't know that you've been happily married for years. It doesn't know that you have survived things that you thought would destroy you. It doesn't know you've become wiser. It doesn't know you've become stronger. It doesn't know how much healing you've already done. It simply continues responding to the last emotional instructions it received until someone helps it recognize that life is different now. Think about that. Maybe your reactions aren't happening because something is wrong with you. I'd wager nothing is wrong with you. Maybe they're happening because your subconscious mind hasn't gotten the update yet. You know, our phones update to new operating systems in the middle of the night. That doesn't happen with our subconscious mind. One of the biggest misconceptions that I see is, and hear often, is that time heals all wounds. Time heals everything. And sometimes it does. Sometimes getting a little distance from a situation helps to calm it down and helps the mind and the body and the spirit heal. But time doesn't automatically update your subconscious mind. The calendar doesn't teach it. Birthdays don't teach it. Anniversaries don't teach it. Success doesn't teach it. Moving doesn't teach it. Getting married doesn't automatically teach it. Making more money doesn't automatically teach it. Even insight doesn't really teach it. That's why you can know that you're safe and still not feel safe. That's why you can know you're loved and still fear being left. That's why you can know that you are capable and brilliant and still doubt yourself. You can know you have enough and still worry that there won't be enough. Knowledge lives in your conscious mind, your conscious mind. Your emotional learning lives in your subconscious mind. And that's why information alone doesn't create transformation. That's why reading all the books and listening to all of the podcasts and doing all the things doesn't actually change the subconscious patterns. All that information you've taken in, unless you start to embody it, doesn't really make the transformation. This brings you new awareness, new insight, and knowledge is very valuable. But if you're wondering why things haven't shifted the way that you want to, because you've learned all these things, this is your answer. Think about a smoke detector, okay? Its job is to protect you, right? So if there's a fire, you want it to go off. But imagine if it went off every single time you made toast. It wouldn't be broken. It would be simply responding to outdated information. And many subconscious patterns operate the same way. They're trying to protect you, and they are simply responding to patterns that have been outdated. Okay. Sorry, my stomach just went again. Here's what I want you to think about today. Your life may have changed, and it may be changed dramatically over the years, but your subconscious mind hasn't gotten the update. Your marriage changed, your career changed, your income changed, your confidence changed, your friendships changed, your environment changed, you changed, so many things changed, but your subconscious mind is still operating, still responding as if it's living 10 or even 20 or even 50 years ago. That's something that changes the conversation completely. Take that in for a moment. Breathe that in. Your subconscious mind is not operating from right now. Imagine a little girl who grew up and she learned that speaking up wasn't safe. She tried to stand up for somebody and she got in trouble. And maybe she was criticized. Maybe she was embarrassed. Maybe she was ignored. Maybe something worse. And now she's leading meetings. She's running a company. She's teaching. She's speaking. But her subconscious mind doesn't know she's a leader yet. It remembers, be careful. It remembers, be quiet. So she's in the middle of meetings and her body is tense and she doesn't know why. She's preparing for a meeting and something is stopping her. Something is pulling her attention. Something is telling her to do anything else and she doesn't know why. Maybe someone experienced betrayal years ago, maybe decades ago. And today she's married to someone who loves her very, very deeply. And her conscious mind knows that she's safe. Her conscious mind knows that she can trust. But her subconscious mind doesn't know her husband. It knows betrayal. So it keeps scanning. And it's not because her subconscious mind is trying to ruin her relationship. It's because it's trying to protect her from ever being hurt again. Imagine maybe growing up, money created stress, arguments, scarcity, fear. And today she is financially secure. Her subconscious mind still hears, more money means more problems. So every time she earns more, something inside of her feels just a little uncomfortable. And it's not because she thinks success is dangerous, but because that old instruction, old patterns are still running. Now imagine someone who has spent years wondering if she belonged, kind of feeling like an outsider. She works hard. She builds a beautiful career. Eventually she becomes a CEO. The board trusts her. Her employees respect her. Her clients value her. And still she walks into meetings like she's not enough. And it's not because she isn't enough. It's because her subconscious mind is still introducing her to life as though she's 28. I want to share just a little nugget of something back when Joel and I first started dating. We went on a vacation together. And I was always the one who took care of everything for everybody. This is a long-standing pattern that I had to work through on many different levels. And that if people took care of me, that usually meant that they needed something from me, or actually more truthfully, they wanted something from me. And that made me question them. Or maybe they saw me as weak if they needed to do things for me. And I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be the capable one, the one who could handle anything, the one who could make sure everyone else was being taken care of. And I remember Joel picked up my suitcase. I don't know where that beep came from. That's very weird. What the hell's happening? Anyway, I remember Joel picked up my suitcase for me, and I felt a flood of feeling, a flood of tension in my body. And I immediately questioned in my mind, why would he take my suitcase? You can tell just from that, your mind is already running, right? Your mind is already telling the story. Wow, she didn't let people help her very often because she didn't want to be weak. Or she didn't want people to do things for her and then expect other stuff, expect something in return, right? And I even said to him, why did you take my suitcase? Do you think I'm weak? I actually said that to him because that's the state I was in at that moment. And he said, no, I wanted to be helpful. I wanted to do something nice for you. I wanted to take care of you. And my subconscious mind was operating from the old patterns where I had to take care of everything. I wasn't the one who was being taken care of, and that I didn't trust being taken care of because of my past relationship experiences. Yeah. So give yourself a breath. You're probably thinking about some experiences from your own life. And I want to acknowledge and remind you, your subconscious mind responds to the emotional memory. Emotions, that's everything that you feel in your body related to anything that's happening right now is all emotional story being replayed in your body. It's not responding to the calendar. It's responding to the old story. And just because your life has changed doesn't mean that your subconscious mind got the update. Your subconscious mind isn't trying to stop you. We've talked about this so many times. And if you're new around here, you're going to hear this a lot. Your subconscious mind isn't trying to stop you. It's trying to protect you. I've said before, it doesn't care about your big vision, your goals, or anything like that. It's not trying not to help you. It's actually trying to help you stay safe. And the subconscious mind loves it when you stay the same, when everything stays the same. Change and big shifts like that can worry the subconscious mind because the unknown is unsafe, according to the subconscious mind. Your conscious mind might be like, oh, the unknown is an adventure. But your subconscious mind doesn't know. It doesn't know what's happening right now. It only knows what's happened in the past and is operating off of those old patterns, those reference files as a way to help keep you safe because it worked once. We're going to keep doing it and it'll keep working. That's what the subconscious mind thinks. Even though in your situation, in your day-to-day life, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, why do I keep doing this? This isn't working. Your subconscious mind is like, yes, it's working. It stalled. It paused. It kept her from taking the step forward that she needed to take. Not because it didn't want you to take the step. It's because staying the same was more safe. Staying the same was safer than taking the big leap, taking the big step, taking the next step, even if it's a small one sometimes. So the beautiful thing is that your subconscious mind, it learned once, which means it can learn again. And that means if your subconscious mind learned those old patterns, it can learn new ones. It isn't frozen. It isn't broken. It isn't locked. It isn't working against you. It's waiting. It's waiting for new experiences. It's waiting for repetition. It's waiting for safety. It's waiting for new instructions. It is waiting for new instructions. And I think that's one of the most helpful things that I know. So I want you to consider just taking into account your current life, where you are right now, and where you want to be, and where you've been. What might your subconscious mind still believe you're living? What old instruction may be influencing today's actions and decisions? What reaction feels much older than the situation that's happening right in front of you? And what does your present day self need to know that let me try that again. What does your present day self know that your younger self couldn't possibly have known? Just be curious. Be fascinated by what comes to mind. Not with judgment, but with curiosity. Just let yourself answer those questions. Give yourself a breath. The subconscious mind learned once, it can learn again. And here is your miracle mode moment. This week, the next time you have a reaction that feels much bigger than the moment, maybe more dramatic than the moment requires, I want you to pause, and instead of asking, what's wrong with me? I want you to ask, how old does this reaction feel? Not, how old am I? How old does this reaction feel? Does it feel like it's from when I was 5 or when I was 12 or 22? Then ask yourself, what would the woman I am today know now that she didn't know then? I'll say that again. What would the woman What would the woman that I am today know that she didn't know then? And take a slow breath and let present day self gently introduce your subconscious mind to today's reality. Not with judgment, with just simply curiosity. Because curiosity, we know, will open doors that judgment never will. If today's episode gave you a different way of understanding yourself, then I invite you to join my free live training. Your subconscious mind is running the show. We will go... Let me try this whole thing again. Can we pretend it's my first day and I just have to keep trying over and over again? If today's episode gave you a new way of understanding yourself, even some more curiosity about your subconscious mind, I want you to... I invite you to join my free live training called Your Subconscious Mind is Running the Show. We will go deeper into why these patterns exist at all, how to recognize them when they're happening, and how to begin updating the old, outdated patterns that your subconscious mind is still running. And we're going to do this so you don't have to spend another year responding to the life you've already outgrown. And I'd love to have you if you would like to join me. The link is in the show notes or somewhere around this. The link isn't in the show notes. Am I drunk? Let me try this again. We want to do this so that you don't have to spend another year responding to a life that you've already outgrown. You can find the link somewhere around this video or this audio. And if you want to go directly to it, you can go to RebeccaIsLive.com to register. All right, this is important. This is the thing I want you to remember today, okay? Maybe your subconscious mind isn't behind. Maybe no one ever told it that life changed. Maybe today is the day that it begins to learn. And maybe, just maybe, the woman you are today, maybe, just maybe, the woman you are today is exactly who your subconscious mind has been wanting to meet. Until next week, remember, of course, life is responding to you.